Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of what is in our stand today. If you're new to the channel, please take just a brief moment to like the content if you like it, and subscribe to the channel, and of course the little bell icon so that you can get notifications when I post a video. We are trying to grow this channel quite quickly because one of the things that I have a lot more time now to do some more videos. So I'd like to be able to grow this channel and get a lot more viewership and get you a lot more content. So anyway, like, subscribe, share, send this stuff out to your friends and all that kind of stuff. So thank you if you've already subscribe to this channel. I do appreciate that you following. So today we're going to get back to what is in our stand today type of thing, and that's a hashtag, by the way. What is in our stand today? Today I have a Canyon time trial / tri-bike that a customer of mine purchased. And if you are familiar with the Canyon sales process, you basically buy the bike, you get it shipped to your home directly, and then you build it. And if you need service, well, then you still need a relationship with a local bike shop. In this case, it's a little bit more than just service, and I'm going to explain here in a minute. And by the way, I am a one-man shop, and as far as editing, it's not going to be a polished video until I can find someone who wants to trade services with me and wants to get maybe some service done on their bike and would want to do some editing for me. So anyway, I'm going to stand up now, grab the camera, and show you what we're going to do on this bike. So excuse the rough transitions. So what we're going to do with this bike is these aerobar extensions are too long for what she needs for her bike fit. And they're about, 7 centimeters or so too long. I'm sorry. Well, it's 1.5 inches, whatever that conversion is. So 2.5. So let's call it 4 centimeters for now. But the customer said 1.5, please cut this off. Well, he was not aware, this is for his wife's bike, but he was not aware that we were going to have to take this. So right here is the cable end, the shifter cable ends. So we have to pull this cable completely out. Then you can cut the bar. Then you can put the bar back in, route the cable in. He was not aware of that, and I said, well, so I've already disconnected a couple of things just so for the sake of the video, we would have saved a little bit of time. So you have to disconnect the front derailleur, rear derailleur, and then this, from the bottom, the access plate is down here. Now, some access plates will have, they just have the cables routed through them, or maybe they're just a blank plate just to protect any to protect the frame and the cables and things from water intrusion, but allow you access for service reasons. But this one actually, so it doesn't have a bolt holding it in place, and so I figured, oh, okay, so that must be the type that the cable is running through the actual plate itself. So you can see there the front and rear derailleur cables are running through that. And there's a nice little cable liner. That's nice. But it's my experience that these cable liners are really only about, 12 to 18 inches long. And they just cover a portion of the cable, let's say from, about here through that bottom bracket guide, and then a little bit as it goes up through the frame. So these cable guides, unfortunately, don't run all the way up to here. And this is where the cables are coming out. So they come in through the shifter, run through the aerobar extension, run through this, and then into the frame and then back out. So a lot of times these internal cable routed bikes, they are extremely difficult to route the cable, get it out the other end, and then bring it back through. So it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience. There are some cheater tools that some of us mechanics will use, and this is an example of one here where there are different types of, so this is one of the more popular ones, and there are different types of cable ends, and so some are magnetic on one end. See, like this one here would screw into housing. It's got a nice little barb here so that it can screw in. Hopefully I can get that to focus. Yep, there you go. So there's also the type that if you needed to run here, like this one here. So this one is the type that would go into a Di2 E-tube cable, and you plug this in here, and then with this magnetic end, you would try to run it through the frame. And it also comes with a magnet so that as you're trying to fish it through the frame, you'll be able to find the other end and get it through the frame. So these kinds of tools are what mechanics will use to try to get the frame, to try to get either the cable or the housing or an E-tube cable, which is what the Di2 cables are called, E-tube. And then you also need a little bit of luck, because a lot of times things will get stuck. Sometimes you even have to take the crankset off and hopefully have an open shell around the bottom bracket area. So maybe I'll take another video if necessary where I've had to take the crankset off to get access to the bottom bracket area. Another tricky part is also so this being the chainstay, as the derailleur cable runs through this chainstay, making this bend is sometimes difficult. If you can imagine the analogy of trying to push a wet noodle and trying to make it go the way you want it to go. But luckily, this particular frame has an insert here that is your housing and cable stop. So this should help a little bit, but one of the main things we're going to have to do is try to run this housing or something backwards through the frame so that then we can run the cable in the correct direction to get it to the rear derailleur. But all that's after we have cut the aerobar extensions. Okay, that's all for now. If there's additional footage that I need to shoot, I will do that. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. One of the things, as I mentioned before, we're trying to grow viewership, and one of the other things is with that increased viewership, I want to have more comments from more people that are watching, because I want to make videos that are going to be seen by people and they have a reason for actually watching it, as opposed to me just posting random things and not knowing if they're going to be appealing to the general public. So anyway, please in the comments below just post things and suggestions if you have them. And this is one last parting shot of the Canyon TT bike, tri-bike, and look at the nice wheels on this thing. So this thing comes really well equipped with, you know, an 80 rear, and I think it's a 58 front, and Ultegra components. So I don't know what it retails for because I don't sell them, but I'm pretty sure that, oh, and the other thing is, if you didn't know, I'm in San Diego area, and they do have a local showroom, so that's pretty convenient for the folks that live in the San Diego area to go visit the showroom and pick out something they want, because they can touch and feel it and then order it online. Okay, all for now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one.